Good morning, everybody.
From Haines, Alaska. We are in a state park.
We're at Chilkoot State Park.
Yeah, what he said.
It's actually Chilkoot Lake, I think, State Park.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
It is. There's a lake in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, and we're having our second cinnamon roll from yesterday for breakfast.
We didn't eat two today. We ate one yesterday and one today.
Right. So anyway, and we are gearing up for our day. Tom is in the council hut putting our day together. We're going to go into town when things open up. And it's Friday, so the first Friday of the month, they have different music groups playing around town. So we're excited.
So the big thing on the agenda today would be the Hammer Museum.
Be still my heart.
I have no idea what that's going to be like, but
I think I'll skip it.
So yeah, so this state park is really nice. There's not a whole lot of people here.
They let us share a site.
Well, I don't know if they let us. We did. There's nobody here supervising, so
we're sharing a site.
We shared a site.
So
it was $20
each for 2 nights.
And we just split one site, and it was
Yeah.
so it's $10 each
A night, yeah.
a night. So anyway, the ride down, as you've seen, was absolutely fantastic.
And the ride along this lake to get back here. Well, it's
great.
ocean at first,
Great.
and then the lake. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's amazing.
All right, we're gonna set you down. We're gonna eat our cinnamon rolls and drink our coffee.
Cinnamon roll,
Roll.
just one.
All right, we finally got ourselves moving this morning.
I'm having a snack.
I say finally, you know, I did my workout this morning, and I've probably walked a
It's
mile.
12:39 here.
It's 12:30. Workout accomplished, breakfast. It doesn't matter because it never gets dark. So
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter what time your day starts or whatever. So we decided that we're outside of town here at the Chilkoot Lake State Park, and we're just gonna take a drive around. It's raining a little bit.
It's the Hammer Museum time.
Yeah, we're gonna hit that today. Some stuff in town, but for right now, just a little drive. We're gonna take you with us. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. So we're in Chilkoot State Park, Chilkoot Lake State Park, and there's also another park here in Haines called Chilkat, I believe. I don't know if I got these names right, but so we're driving over there. It's just a short drive, but a short drive turns into hours as we pull into these turnoffs. It's been amazing. It's beautiful. Just a little bit down the road down there, we've seen an artesian well, and so you haven't been seeing this on our video, but we've got this list of artesian wells we're looking for, and our plan is every time we see an artesian well, we stop and fill our water up. So on the way back out of here, we'll stop at the artesian well and fill up again. I think the website was springwater.com or something. There's a bunch of artesian wells in Alaska, so we're filling those. Take a look at the view behind me. Hey Herky, what you think, huh?
Look what Tom brought me. Isn't it beautiful?
I told her she had to hide it.
From Ed or from Customs?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got plenty
Don't worry
already.
about customs.
I've got plenty hidden in the van
The
already.
van gets heavier and heavier as we go.
But we're eating up the food we have.
There you go. Placing it with rocks.
Yeah.
Oh
Take
my.
this view here.
I know.
You seen that?
So you can see the crab pots out there. You see those? In the water right there. There's some crab pots.
That's what that was. Yeah. There's
And
a
then-
stack of them down at the harbor. I want to stop and get a picture.
Then the ribbon falls. I was just telling everybody, it's only an 8-mile drive, but it's probably going to take us over an hour to get down there.
Look at Jackson peeking around the corner.
Hey Jackson. I'm here hiding behind the van because the wind is unbelievable. We're at the Chilkoot State Park, I think it is. It's the opposite park here in Haines than what we're staying in, but this is beautiful. Let me step out here into the wind and show you. Oh man, amazing, eh? This is unbelievable. Okay, as I was telling you, there's an artesian well here that Tom spotted, and we're finding these all over Alaska, and we're filling our water jugs up from them. But so yeah, here you go. So here's our little treasure that we found. They have hot and cold running water here. And there's also beer if you need that.
I hate to admit it, but when I saw the hut, I did put my finger in it to just
just
see.
to check.
I thought, wow, this is like full service artesian well.
So there you have it, full service right here in Haines, Alaska. Okay, we're dividing and conquering on this trip because Tom and I don't give a rip about shops.
And we're gonna go get hammered.
So in town here, there's not much here, but they're gonna check out the shops. But there's a hammer museum here. Tom, do you know anything about hammers?
Nothing about hammers.
No, the only thing I know is if I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning.
I have a bunch of hammers, but we'll see what's at the museum.
So we're gonna go get ourselves educated on hammers, and we'll check back in with you and let you know what we find out. All right, we've walked a couple blocks up here. Whew, I'm a little winded. Here's the hammer museum. It's pretty interesting looking. It's not very big. I have no idea if they're gonna allow me to video, but we're gonna go inside and check it out. So I've spent quite a bit of time here checking out this museum. I am blown away at how awesome this place is. The admission was only $7 and it was well worth what I spent to come in here. They have hammers for every occupation from all around the world, and they say that this is just a small representation of the hammers that they actually own. They just have a small amount here. And so people have been coming in and out and checking out the museum. It's been really enjoyable looking at. I want to point out a few things that I think were highlights of my trip here. So I found this contraption to be pretty cool. They have built this perpetual motion machine out of hammers. I found this to be really cool, and I spent a lot of time looking at that. They have hammers here from, you know, the meat industry, tenderizing. They have hammers here for different occupations. That they like. Here's airline ice breaking hammers. There's ice tongs with a hammer on the end of it. One of the things I seen over here was I thought was really cool is the lady was telling me about. They have again. This was a tack company, and they had a sterilized tacks. It was kind of a marketing gimmick because people put tacks in their mouth. And every nook and cranny is hammers. And here they talk about the ball peen hammer and the origin of the word and how far it goes back. Well, speaking of how far it goes back, I found hammers here from, you know, the 1500s to hammers that are patented in the 2000s. So it's still, people are still trying to improve on the hammer today. It is just, what can I say? Me and Tom are still in here looking around at these hammers, and Tom is finding it fascinating too. What stood out to you, Tom?
Oh, you know, when I think of a hammer, I just think of a hammer like what I have in my toolbox, and there seems to be a hammer for every purpose in this place. Yeah. And a lot of the purposes are obsolete now, but
they're still the hammers are still here.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I've been really impressed with the collection. I want to show you something really unique here. Look at this. This is a hammer for Handy Dan, somebody that was missing a hand, and the lady was telling me that after the Civil War, a lot of people were missing limbs, and because there was no welfare or disabilities or anything like that, they had to make do. So a lot of soldiers that had lost limbs had created their own hammers for no hands, and they were able to have an occupation. Here's a gold-plated hammer there from Stanley. Hey, let me show you this, because it's back in the back here. I want to show you that I think, you remember that television show, Tim the Tool Man, with Tim Allen? That was one of my favorite shows, right? Look here. Tim Allen donated a signature hammer, and also the striking plate they used to brand the handle. Isn't that cool? I think it's interesting is, so when the gentleman bought this building, he was digging the foundation. The building didn't have a foundation in it, and he was digging underneath the building to lay a foundation in there, and he actually found a hammer. Now this was a weapon hammer, but it was an Indian hammer, and he found it underneath the building here while he's digging the foundation. This place was meant to be a hammer museum. I really like this display right here. The lady was telling us about this. This is something I had no idea about, right? So back in the day, they had check canceling hammers. So every bank had a special hammer that they used to cancel a check. So, you know the term cutting a check? This is kind of where it came from. So after the check was cleared the bank, they would hit it with a hammer and it would make a mark. Let me get a close-up of this. So it would make a mark on the check, so that they knew that the check had been cut, so you couldn't cash the check again. There you go, check canceling hammer. So this is just a small sampling of the different hammers that they have here, and I've only talked about a few. You could spend a long time here. Shout out to Dean for a great museum and a lot of fun. We're finishing up our time here in Haines, Alaska.
Sadly, but
we're
leaving on a good day.
We could be another week here.
Yeah, but it's a yucky day, so that's good. We're on our way to the farmer's market, actually. So I'm pretty excited about that.
We've been here 2 days. You've seen some of the activities that we did.
Yeah.
Not all. One of the things that I don't think you've seen was we actually went to the American Legion.
Oh, yeah. We got hamburgers.
They had a hamburger dinner at the American Legion.
Yeah.
With all the locals.
Yeah.
And we got to hang out.
Huge hamburgers.
It was so
Holy
much
cow.
fun.
Yeah. So, like, it was a hamburger with bacon,
all the fixings,
tomato, lettuce, cheese, and fries for $12 each.
We had a great time. Yeah. So this morning...
We have a picture, though.
Yeah. Hey, this morning we're headed over to the farmer's market. So let's get back in the van. But we're saying goodbye to Haines, Alaska, and back up the Haines Highway. And we're going to stop at Lake Catherine tonight, but... Oh my,
been a
I could
good
stay
time,
here.
I know.
Alrighty, we made it over to the fairgrounds and I found something really interesting here. Do you remember the movie, the Disney movie, White Fang? So the Disney movie White Fang was actually filmed in Haines, Alaska. And at the end of the movie, when they were done shooting the movie, Walt Disney donated the town that was built to film the movie to the town of Haines, Alaska, and they in turn moved it 1.5 miles up to the fairgrounds to preserve it. So we're about 1.5 miles outside of town, and here is the movie set from White Fang. There's the Klondike. And they have moved all this here. I can't wait to go back and watch the movie White Fang. I might even buy that while I'm on this trip and watch it. But so the farmer's market is right here at the fairgrounds, and so is this movie set from White Fang. I'll take you up here on the side of this one building. They've got some things that talks about the movie, but it's pretty much what I just told you. And then we're gonna try to catch up with Nancy over there at the pavilion. It's raining a little bit, so I'll try to catch up and get in the pavilion. But take a look at this here. So it says, welcome to Dalton City, where this cute little historic town came from. Short answer, Walt Disney left it behind and the town of Haines moved it here. So anyway, in below zero weather in 1898 and in 1990, Walt Disney Pictures built a false front movie set at Jones Point along the Chilkat River on the western edge of Haines. And so there's some pictures of them filming the movie, and from Jack London's classic adventure story White Fang, about a Yukon gold hunter. Pretty neat. Who knew I'd find something like that in Haines? All right, let's go see if I can find out where Nancy's at. Okay, so I had to step away from the farmer's market. They're playing music inside there and don't want to get us a copyright strike, but I am a sucker for cute kids selling stuff. So I bought spruce tip syrup some little boy made, and then I also came away with some blackberry jam. And so you know, in order for me not to buy everything from every cute kid that's in there, I needed to walk away and go back to the van. Anyway, this blueberry jam sounds like something I'm interested in. And the spruce tip syrup was more of a curiosity thing, and the kid was really cute. So I make maple syrup, as some of you know, back home. So, you know, I thought, well, I'll try the spruce tip syrup. But anyway, this blackberry jam is something that I'm very interested in. Oh, I say blueberry jam. So I'm gonna go back to the van, and Nancy's going to hi. Nancy's going to be still in there. She's looking at some of the jewelry and stuff like that. So, all right, who knows? I might crack this open once I get to the van. I got to thinking. Back in the van, I've got sourdough English muffins, a toaster. I'm gonna whip up some of this blueberry jam and eat it right now. So here's my setup. I got the toaster going and the butter all out here. Let's test this blueberry jam out right now. Oh wow, I just took my first bite. Amazing. I ran another one over to Tom, and I put 2 more in the toaster. I'm gonna make those up so when the girls come back, they can try it too.